All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Punt Intended. My name is Tate. Colin's back this week, and we have Hutto, obviously. A pretty lackluster week of college football, in my opinion, but we're going to talk about it anyway. And also, kind of a lackluster week coming up, kind of a dull moment in the wild season of college football it's been. But anyway, anything you guys want to start off with? Any notes y'all want to start off the show with?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Dan Rudiger, a walk-on senior playing for the University of Notre Dame. How could you go with Navy, man? Come on.
Oh, man.
They're like that's like I'd rather pick Air Force than Navy.
Dude, I thought they were
Well,
going to pull it off.
Air Force is 1-6, so I doubt that.
No cap.
But I picked because I have zero faith in Notre Dame. Riley Leonard's average. The defense is great, though. That's what won in the game Saturday.
No, Riley Leonard is below average.
Yeah, especially throwing the ball now. As far as a runner, he's probably a little bit above average, but he's no Marcel Reed, as we'll get into. So we'll start off with the biggest winners from Week 9. We'll start with Hutto. Who was your big winners from Week 9, Hutto?
Well, I think my big winner is Texas A&M. They were coming down, and it wasn't looking good for them holding on to their, they were already number one? They were either number one or number two. And, they kind of fought through adversity and, made a couple changes that obviously were the right changes and then came out on top. And now they're the number one team in the SEC, which, I mean, who would have seen that coming? Not me.
Not me. LSU has done a fantastic job in year one. I mean, we're in week 10 and they're number one in the SEC right now. And just for reference, you said they were 1 or 2. They were tied with LSU. Both of them were undefeated in the SEC. So pretty interesting matchup. All right, that was good. That was going to be one of mine. So I picked another one just in case. Go ahead, though, Colin. Who were your big winners from week 9?
My big winners. I was just going to say Oregon dominating Illinois. Big win. It was at home, so it really wasn't like they were going on the road. But I really like Dan Lanning just because I liked him at Georgia. I think he's a good coach. I think he gets his guys motivated. And Dylan Gabriel's a freak. So
yeah, Dylan Gabriel has been playing fantastic as of late, for real. That offense is clicking, and the defense is pretty good as well. Big win over Ohio State 2 or 3 weeks ago, so this could have been an easy spot where they could have let down, come out and dominate a pretty decent Illinois team. So,
but Indiana was my second as well. Indiana, they actually got a good football team.
They really do. I like their coach. Hey, Indiana fans were in their feelings the first week you were gone. Me and Hutto picked Nebraska to beat them, buddy. They found the video after the game and went crazy.
Did not pick Indiana?
No, nobody.
No,
you picked Indiana. You picked Indiana. Yeah, they were mad.
Yeah, I like their coach, dude. What was the quote he said? I win. Just go
Google me.
Google me. I win.
Yeah, he's hilarious, bro. I like him. I like him a lot. He's on a short list of Florida potential head coaches. I'm not huge on him just because of his age. I think he's 62 or something, but he does win.
He's a little older.
But I would. He's not first for me, but I would definitely take him. He's an upgrade over William Napier any day. Anyway, his offenses are great too. So my big winners, I picked somebody that was like a little obscure, just so we can have somebody different. I picked Pitt. Pitt is now undefeated. I think they're 7-0. Big win over Syracuse, who was a formidable, one of the better teams in the ACC, I'd say. 41-13, blowed them out. Sets up a huge matchup.
Because Kyle McCord was trying to throw it to the opposite team every time he threw it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Kyle McCord pulled
3 pick sixes.
Yeah, Kyle McCord did his best Jeff Driscoll impersonation. If Florida fans, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it sets up a great matchup this week with SMU, who is, I think, 6-1 or 7-1, something like that. So that's a big matchup in the ACC. Anyway, they haven't played the toughest schedule by any means, but still, when you're this deep into the year and you're still undefeated. So, yeah, I like it. But SMU will definitely be their toughest test of the year so far. All right, now we'll go biggest losers. I'll start it off. Navy, thank you for ruining my picks and my upset alert. Not only did you get beat, you got beat 51-14 by Notre Dame. 6 turnovers. I think there was 1 interception and 5 fumbles. After about the third fumble, you think they'd get it together, but no, they didn't. Anyway, shout out to Notre Dame making me look like a moron. But my biggest losers were Navy. We'll go with Colin next. Colin, biggest losers. Who you got for week 9?
Oh, see, I didn't. I had to go to a funeral today, so my biggest losers. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Ohio State. I'm not big on Nebraska. I think their coach is all right. Piss on that quarterback. I hate people that decommit, blah 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 blah, stuff like that. But Nebraska should have won that game. Ohio State is dog water. The reason they're ranked number 4 is because they're Ohio State.
Herb Street went and marked it out. He with
I'm
the
just
with a
saying,
crayon. He's like, no, Ohio State.
Oh, this clip is
He's
going to bang
not
on
number
TikTok for
4.
sure.
He is not. They are not number 4. But Nebraska's not good to me. I've watched them, and Raiola doesn't really show me anything that makes him like stand out. I'm almost happy that Georgia didn't get him, to be honest with you, because all that hype around him. I just don't know. I'm not sold on him yet, but yeah, biggest loser is Ohio State, even though they won.
And I know Raula's uber talented, but like you said, he's young and he hasn't shown anything yet that would make you think he's going to be like a Heisman Trophy winner or lead Nebraska to a national championship. And if he would have went to Georgia, he would have had a hard time seeing the field. I'm just going to be honest with all the quarterbacks Georgia has.
I think Raiola, if he could get under the right quarterback and coach and get the right training and stuff, that he could be a really, really good quarterback.
I mean, he's already got one of the best coaches in the nation. He tries to be like Patrick Mahomes. Like, dude, you're Dylan Raiola. Just be yourself.
Bro, he said he's been dressing like that since he was a freshman. Chill.
I think Raiola will be good. Just to throw that out there for Nebraska fans. He's
I think,
young.
I think he'll be a decent quarterback.
You take your lumps now, and he'll grow with time. Same thing as Florida's going to do with DJ Lagway. Hopefully, we'll see if DJ Lagway can stand up at the end of the Georgia game. We'll see.
I see DJ Lagway as a better quarterback than Raiola.
I can agree with that.
He's
I think he has more upside for sure, but he also has made some throws that are like, what the hell was that? But that's going to come with the freshman, and I think the more snaps DJ gets, the better he's going to get, 100%. All right, Hutto, biggest losers, who you got?
Man, mine was close with both of y'all's, but I was going to say Nebraska because they had such a good opportunity to get a really, really big win. Because there wasn't any super, good team or games going on. But, they had an opportunity to do something and, they don't rise to the occasion. And so I'm going to have to go with our big losers, Nebraska, because that was a prime opportunity for Nebraska to jump out and make a name for themselves this year, even if they, don't go to the playoffs or, that's a big win for that team. So.
Yeah, 100%. I agree, and I do like what Matt Rule's doing in Lincoln. I think they've got the right coach in position. All right, moving on. Players of the week. Hutto, give me your players of the week. I got 2, so if you got, just in case one of y'all picked the same one as me, I got 2. But go ahead, Hutto.
I had to ask Tate because Tate, for some reason, knows every string quarterback of every team imaginable.
The only reason I know his name is because his first ever start was in the swamp. And he torched us because Connor Wegman was hurt. And then I watched the game Saturday because I had monetary interest in that game, in the LSU A&M game. But go ahead.
Well, here it is. Marcel Reed for A&M. A&M was down. It was looking like it was a no contest there in the home of the 12th man. And then Reed comes out and absolutely shows out and, shows how talented he is. He made their offense look really, really good when they were looking really poor. They weren't really moving the ball very efficiently. I mean, to come back in the fourth quarter like that, the way that they did was really impressive. I mean, I went to bed and I actually didn't watch the rest of the game because I fell asleep because I was watching on my phone. And I fully thought, I was like, all right, LSU's got this in the bag. I can turn it off. And little did I know, I should have done my research on the second stringer because he came back and pulled off a really good win for that team.
And it takes a lot of guts to sit a guy that's a lot of people were looking at as probably one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC, and Connor Wegman in the third quarter, sit him out and just go with your gut. And they reap the benefit. Mike Elko in year one has A&M first place in the SEC heading into week 10. If you would have told me that at the beginning of the year, I would have laughed at you. Yeah, I wish. Unfortunately, he's already hired. I wish Florida maybe could have hired him, but he's not leaving A&M to come to the fire
Hey,
of a program.
I don't know
Florida is.
why. I don't know why you're still trying to fire Billy.
Because I said at the beginning of the year, I said he needs to win 6 games to avoid getting fired. And right now we're 4-3. I think now I don't even know our record. I quit counting. I don't even care anymore. But 4-3, and then we play Georgia. Then we go to Texas. That's back-to-back whippings that we're fitting to take. Then we got LSU. LSU, in my opinion, is still one of the better teams in the SEC. They're gonna beat us. Ole Miss, if Ole Miss doesn't just choke, they should beat us. And then we got Florida State. So I think there's maybe Ole Miss and Florida State. Those are his easiest paths to victory, I think. But Ole Miss is probably still going to beat us. We should beat Florida State, though. So we'll probably win 5 games. And this will be year 3, back-to-back years of no bowl game. And his best year was 6-6 with a humiliating bowl loss. So 6-7, really. But anyway. Colin, players of the week, Doc. Who you got?
Damian Martinez for the University of Miami Hurricane, running back. 15 rushes, 148 yards, 2 tutties. I like Miami, man. I like their offense. Defense is a little shoddy. They showed a lot of gaps in the defense against Louisville last week, and I think Florida State exploited some of that, but they still ran the ball really well. And I like their offensive playmakers, man. That really, I could say Cam Ward, Damian Martinez, and
Xavier Restrepo, that kid,
Restrepo.
That dude's a boss, dude. He's gonna be a big playmaker at the next level too. He's a little slot guy he's real fast twitch.
That was my guy.
Yeah, I like Miami too. I'm ready to see him play Duke this week. I think Duke probably. Florida may be the best team they played so far. Well, Louisville, I guess. I don't know. They played a couple decent teams, but nobody really outstanding in my opinion. They might not until the ACC championship. But anyway, my players of the week were Jarquez Hunter, running back Auburn, destroyed Kentucky. I don't know what's happened to Kentucky's defense. 23 carries, 278 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, first conference win of the year for Auburn. But yeah, and then I had Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter has sneaked his way into the top. I think it's a 2-man race for the Heisman right now. And Travis Hunter is gaining on Genty as the weeks go on. Mostly because he's a two-way player. He's on the field almost every play. But he had 9 receptions, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, and was locked down on defense as well. So shout out to Travis Hunter. Big fan. He's a stud. Now we'll move on to Upset Alert. We'll start with Colin. Who are you putting on Upset Alert this week for Week 10?
Oh, goodness. Is there even any upsets to be had?
I got one.
I got a good one, too.
Y'all start, bro. I didn't even look.
I'll start. All right. I got Ole Miss. Arkansas's played pretty well this season, especially at home. Razorback Stadium can make it weird. Woo Pig Suey. Ole Miss hasn't quite lived up to expectations. I think Ole Miss is far more talented than Arkansas. I like the job Sam Pittman's doing, and I think the home field advantage will make a slight difference. Ole Miss will probably still win the game, but I could see it. It wouldn't surprise me if Arkansas pulled the upset here. Hutto, I think I've took yours according to your facial expressions.
Yeah, I'm going with Arkansas as well. Ole Miss, man, they've kind of fallen from what you thought they were. I thought they were going to be a really, really good football team this year. The way they started out playing, they kind of fell off. They're not a bad football team. Y'all Ole Miss Rebels don't get upset. They're still a good football team.
They still have everything in front of them too. They only have 2 losses, but that Kentucky loss is just so damning to me. Like the way Florida pounded Kentucky, the way Auburn's bad too, just like Florida, and they just ran all over them. I don't know.
But confusing. I can see Ole Miss getting knocked off by Arkansas.
Yeah, I can see it happening too. Colin, you got anybody?
Yeah. In the Big House, Oregon is taking on Michigan.
Ooh.
Watch out for the Michigan Wolverines.
Okay.
It's getting cold. They're going to hunker down, and they're going to take off and get beat. They're going to beat the number 1 team in the nation. You're not safe being number 1 this year. It's shown by Georgia and Texas. Down goes Oregon. Dylan Gabriel goes out. with a hamstring injury will be back in week 11.
He's got it
Heard it
down
here,
to the
folks.
injuries.
Heard
God.
it here, folks.
Okay, if this does happen, Colin has somehow
Colin
figured out a way.
is literally the Nostradamus of college football if that happens. Oh, God. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, a little pick 'em update heading into our picks this week. Last week I went 3-2, 23-14 overall. Okay. Hutto 4-1, 21-16 overall, gaining on me, and
Hey,
Colin
look at the
5-0.
kid. Which one?
Which one did you
I'm
miss?
20
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Yeah, which one did I
You
miss?
missed Navy.
Navy.
Ah, yeah, that's it. Oh, well,
And
good week for me.
Colin
Good
5-0,
week for me.
23-6 overall. Impressive.
Yeah,
Here
I
we
think
go.
that Michigan game's going to knock off his perfect record from last week.
That was an upset alert. I didn't pick them.
All right, here we go. Duke at number 5 Miami. And like I said, not many good games this week. Miami, as of yesterday, favored by 21 points, 3 touchdowns. Who wants to start it off? Hutto or Colin? One of y'all go for it.
You were skipping.
Duke in Miami.
All right, I'll start. Miami by 40. Duke is doo-doo. I don't care if they play the blind team from down the road in East Dublin. I'm gonna pick anybody against Duke. I hate Duke. I'm a North Carolina basketball fan.
Oh, God.
Miami is going to roll them, not because of just their Duke, but Cam Ward, Xavier Strepo, whatever his name is, Restrepo, and running back, man, I just think they're too much to handle. Duke had a good game against SMU. They went to overtime, but it's freaking Duke, man. It's hitting basketball. Like, it's a football game. Miami's going to roll.
I'm gonna have to agree with Colin. I think Cam Ward is gonna go on a passing tirade. Might even set brand new records. ACC records throwing for a single game on these guys. I just don't think Duke is going to be able to handle it whatsoever.
Wow, I can't believe you guys don't have any faith in the fighting Malik Murphys, man. Duke's not a bad team in my opinion, but they're also not great. They're not very good. The ACC is not very good in general, in my opinion. Very top heavy. Like Colin said, they did almost pull the upset against SMU. Cam Ward and Miami offense, way too much for him. 38-20. Give me the Canes. Oh, I forgot. Manny Diaz, the coach at Duke, used to coach Miami. Used to be the head coach at Miami. Poop canned him, shit canned him, whatever you want to call him. So maybe a little animosity there. Maybe it's a little closer than we think. But right now, I think Miami's too much. Moving on, number 1 Oregon, favored by 13.5 points, going to the Big House to take on the Wolverines. Michigan, Hutto, who you got in this one, man?
I'm gonna have to go with Oregon. Michigan has been a bad team from the start this year, and I mean nobody can blame them. Look at the losses they took. We've discussed this before. So I'm gonna have to go with Oregon. I don't see Michigan being able to pull this out at home. I don't see them being able to pull it out here, there, or anywhere. Oregon rolls Michigan.
Colin, what you thinking, Doc?
Not so fast, Toto.
Yeah,
the Wolverines are going to bear down. It's going to be a closer game than expected. That was my upset of the week, just because I was looking at it. Didn't know we had to pick them. But no, I'm picking Oregon. I do think that it can be an upset just because of where it is. That's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, Texas winning there. I don't think, to me, to be honest with you, I like Texas football team better than Oregon. I think Texas defense is a little bit better than Oregon. So I think it'll be a little bit closer. I think Michigan's trying to find its identity with its quarterback, and I think they found a little bit of something against Michigan State. You never know, but I think Michigan's going to be able to score points that they weren't able to score points against Texas, if that makes sense. It's hard to take the Pac-12 out of the Pac-12 Oregon team. So defense is not that great to me. But no, I'm gonna pick Oregon. Probably winning 34 to probably I'm gonna say 21.
Dang, I thought Colin was going to double down on it.
At first, I did too. I think Oregon's been playing like one of the best teams in the country since about week 3 or 4. They've just been playing a lot better. Early in the year, I wasn't sold, but I'm definitely not sold on Sharon Moore, Michigan, and the quarterback situation, and some of the coaching decisions as well. The Big House gives them a little bit of hope, but I'm gonna roll with the Ducks here. Dan Lanning and Dylan Gabriel are gonna leave Ann Arbor winners 31-14. Ducks. All right, I'll lead us off on this one. Go ahead and get the pain out of the way. Florida versus number 2 Georgia in Jacksonville. Georgia favored by 18.5 points. Look, has Florida looked better since the first bye week? Yes. One thing I think Florida fans are forgetting that I've seen on Twitter, some are calling for an upset of Georgia. We still have Billy Napier calling plays, okay? So, with that being said, with Kirby Smart's vast knowledge of defense, along with Glenn Schumann, they will have a game plan. They will know Billy's 3 plays that he's going to call. We're going to go wide receiver screen, we're going to go handoff to the left, and then we're going to go a deep shot. Hopefully DJ can roll out or something, and maybe one of our receivers wiggles free and we score a point or two. UGA's talent's too much. I think it may be close at half just because our defense has been playing better, but ultimately the depth's going to take over in the second half. Give me the Dogs 35-14, 21-point win. Go ahead.
We're actually, I've been, Tate is still one of the only realistic Florida fans out there. Like after the game last week, Florida, or not last week, but because they were bye week, but the week before, Florida fans have just thought that Billy has had this second coming. And I'm gonna have to agree with Tate. I just don't think Florida is gonna be able to handle it. And it pains me to say this because I've had to say this every single game. This all depends on whether Carson Beck and the receivers can get together. I mean, we had multiple drop passes against Texas that should have been touchdowns. We had face mask penalties by the defense that, I mean, really and truly, Texas should have scored maybe 1 touchdown if it wouldn't have been for face masks and penalties that Georgia got. So, I mean, really, the Georgia game should have been freaking 48-0. And we can't get together on our passing game. We can't stop getting stupid defensive penalty flags. I'm still going to have to obviously go with Georgia. Tate, I think the rest of the Gator Nation is going to be mighty upset with you because they're on a high right now. All the other Florida fans I know are there ready to knock off UGA in week 10.
Well, I would love nothing more. I'll be honest. I would love nothing more for Billy to get the thing figured out. But all the Florida fans that are mad with me right now, all the sunshine pumpers that are pumping you full of sunshine all week saying we have a good chance of knocking off Georgia, we don't. I'm sorry. It would take a miracle. It would take a reincarnation of Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer having a kid. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. So you can come back to me on Saturday night and thank me for my honesty. Colin, go ahead.
Georgia wins this game, but they do not cover. Georgia's not one of the best teams in the nation, man. I don't see they struggle in too many areas, and you can't have good games one week and then struggle so bad the next. One thing that'll make this game closer is because of DJ Lagway's legs. And I feel like that's going to be their game plan, man. You've got to be able to have a quarterback to roll out, to run. Look at Jalen Milroe. Look at Bryce Young, who's had success against Georgia in the past. They've got to be able to run the ball, and I think they will be able to run the ball against Georgia's defense. Defense. Look at Kentucky. Kentucky running back run all over Georgia's defense. But I don't think they get it into the end zone. I think that's where they're going to struggle. I think they're going to move the ball, but I don't think they're going to get in the end zone. So I've got Georgia winning 28-17.
I like it.
I had 35-10. By the way, I forgot to say that.
Well, if DJ, I just pray DJ. I hope that's not Billy's plan is to come in and run DJ a bunch because our backup is a Yale transfer. So that could get pretty ugly quick for Billy. They'll have his ass out of there that night if he gets DJ hurt. But I think DJ does pose some problems for defenses, not just Georgia, just his ability to complete deep balls. he keeps his eyes downfield when he's running. But we'll see. I mean, I would
But,
love to
man,
be surprised
Georgia-
here. I really would.
The thing of it is Georgia plays a lot of man defense on the outside, and that's what opens up the quarterback run.
Yeah.
And he leaves when you figure out they're in man. You've got this. I don't know if Florida runs many tight end sets, but
Yeah,
you
we
get these
do.
linebackers on tight ends and running backs, and that's going to open it up. They're either going to have to spy him, and they're definitely going to have to spy him, because if they don't spy him, it's just going to be there for the taking. So I
We'll see
think it's
what-
going to be closer than what people think, man. I really do.
I hope so. I pray for Billy Napier's health and safety, that he's able to come out of a bye week to game plan more than 3 plays. I really do. I mean, you're playing the number 2 team in the country. You're not ranked. Your season's already over, pretty much, for the most part.
So they have nothing to lose.
We
That's
have
what I'm
nothing to
saying.
lose.
They're gonna
Pull
throw
out
out
all
all-
stops.
they're gonna-
We'll see what
yeah.
happens, though. I just don't like. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope so. Moving on, number 18 Pitt traveling to Dallas, Texas to take on number 20 SMU. SMU favored by 7.5. Pitt undefeated. SMU with 1 loss. I can't remember who they lost to, but I want to say it wasn't an ACC. Anyway, ACC team. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll go with Hutto right here first. Pitt at SMU. Who you got, Hutto?
Obviously Pitt's running on a high. They're undefeated right now. And then, SMU's also seems like the better football team. I think this one might end up being closer than some people think. I'm still going to have to go with SMU on this one, but I think it's within, a touchdown or a field goal.
Give me a second. Somebody's knocking on my door.
All right, I'll
Oh,
go ahead and
God.
go then. Give me just a second. Let me write down everybody's picks from earlier. What is going on? Why is my keyboard not working? All right, anyway, I'll keep it short and sweet. Neither team's really played anybody that good. Both teams undefeated in conference play. There we go. So they are undefeated. I'm reading my notes. I don't know a ton about either team, to be honest. I think Pitt throws it a little better, and SMU rushes the ball a little better. Both defenses don't give up a ton of points. So when all else fails, I'm just going to take the home team. I'll take SMU 28-24. And while we wait on Colin, I'm going to... Oh, my God, what is going on? Here we go. So far, we've got all the same picks. Hopefully, we have somebody break this up here shortly. If not, I will. Let's see here.
Oh,
All right,
goodness.
he's back. All right, Colin, what you got for Pitt at SMU?
All right, Pitt at SMU.
Yep.
Just know what SMU stands for.
Southern Methodist University.
Ain't no darn Methodist getting it done this weekend. Give me Pittsburgh. Come on,
I
man.
like it. I like it.
Gracious. Them Methodists going to be sitting back there just like this. Scared to death. Home, man. Look, the only thing that SMU's been relevant in the last 30 years was the scandal that they had. What was it? Was it a bounty little program they had, or
I don't remember what they had.
They
But
were
they got the death
blackballed or
penalty.
something. Yeah. So no, give me Pitt.
I will say SMU, I know who their head coach is, Rhett Lashley. He used to be the offense coordinator at Miami. I think he's done a pretty good job at SMU so far. First year in the ACC. Again, the ACC is kind of top heavy. You got like Miami and Clemson, and then everybody else, I feel like. But yeah, shout out to Pitt. They're undefeated. SMU only with 1 loss. Playoff hope still alive, I guess, technically. Moving on, our game of the week. Number 4, Ohio State. 3.5 point favorites going to Happy Valley to take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. And we'll start with Colin. What do you got for us in the big showdown?
Give me the rapists. Listen, at home, it's gonna probably be white out. They're gonna be jumping. It's gonna be electric.
Why
Look,
does
Why is there so many rapes at Penn State? I don't know. Did you
No.
see what you guys? Like, holy moly!
That's
Like, what is going on in the culture up there?
That's
But-
not at all what I was gonna say. But I was gonna ask, why does the Big Ten and Fox insist on having the huge games at noon? This game is at noon. This game could be a
That's
wide
right,
out
they did
at
it.
night. and it would be crazy. Anyway,
They
all right,
don't
he's got
want to
Penn
give.
State.
They want because they want Ohio State to win, and they know if it's a whiteout at night, Ohio State's not going to win.
They used to have it all the time at night.
Herb Street had to pull some strings.
Oh my God, y'all! The hate for Herb Street is unwarranted, in my opinion.
Dude, I
like
hate Herb Street so much.
I like Herb Street.
I think Herb Street's one of the better analysts and commentators on ESPN.
No, that guy's a douche.
All right.
Speaking of douchebags, Ryan Day. I hate this man so much. I actually pulled up a picture of him just so I could look at it and remember how much I hate this douchebag.
He look like he should coach the University of Penn State.
So why? Just a question. Why do you hate Ryan Day? So I just hate
it. Okay, because number one, Ohio State. When was the last time Ohio State was just really, really awesome and didn't suck?
Like 2 years ago.
No, they sucked then.
They should have beat. You talking about the year they should have beat Georgia?
They suck then, dude. Their fans suck. They suck. Ryan Day sucks. Ohio State just pretends to be a good football team. This is all it is pretending. Every time they go to play a big game, womp, suck balls. But yeah, I just had to put out my hate there for Ryan Day. I think he looks like a water weasel, and I'm gonna have to go. A water weasel. Look it up. Guess what? Pops up a picture of Ryan Day. I'm gonna have to go with Penn State on this one. Ohio State is always posers, and they will be exposed.
Look, I don't like Ryan Day just because of the way he looks. Like, I just like, do you ever see that one person that
who looks like a water weasel? Yep, there he is. It's Ryan Day. Hey, Ron, how are you doing?
Oh my
like,
God!
You meet somebody and you just don't like the way they look.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So I get that, but other than that, I don't understand the Ryan Day. I like Ryan Day. I think he's a pretty jam up coach in my opinion. Might be I'm definitely in the minority here. Let me ask you something. When you say Ryan Day can't win the big games, right? When is the last time James Franklin has won a big game? Never.
He cut out for you know why he cut out? Because he was just saying good things about Ryan Day, which is nothing.
All right. So you said Ryan Day can't win the big games. When is the last time James Franklin has won a big game? It would have had to been his time at Vanderbilt because he hadn't done it at Penn State.
Dude, I don't care if
he never gets it done. James Franklin doesn't, but I'm just picking Penn State because I like the.
No, I agree. I think Penn State could win this game.
This has nothing to do with Penn State to me. This has everything to do with my hatred for Ryan Day.
Okay, I got you. All right, so Drew Aller. I don't know if y'all watched the Wisconsin and Penn State game. I did because I had money on it because I picked Penn State. But Drew Aller got hurt right before halftime, and he never came back in. So I don't even know if he's going to play. I don't know what the outlook's looking like. Again, James Franklin hasn't won big games. I'm not saying Ryan Day has been spectacular in big games, but the overall depth of Ohio State, they're just going to get the job done. Jeremiah Smith might be a hot take here. Best freshman in the country. A wide receiver anyway. He's better, in my opinion, top to bottom than Ryan Williams. Now, he may not be playing the competition as far as defenses go that Ryan Williams is playing. That may could play into it. But Jeremiah Smith's a dog. And again, Drew Aller may not be 100%. Give me the Bucks to win in Happy Valley, 28-20. Lower scoring game. I think Ohio State gets it done. All right, Colin, did you come up with any trivia or did the funeral interfere with it?
No, I always have some trivia.
All right, well, let's hear it.
First one's going to be Georgia trivia.
Okay.
Who is the winningest quarterback in Georgia history?
I'll let Hutto answer first. I've got a guess. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm winningest. Do you mean won the most games or highest win percentage as a starter?
Won the most games.
It's going to have to be somebody who went there 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I really want to say freaking Aaron Murray, but I know it wouldn't be that easy.
I was thinking either Aaron Murray or David Green. 100%.
DG, baby. It was DG.
It was David Green?
David Green.
Yeah. So I was going to say either him or Aaron Murray.
42.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I did not know that. 42 wins in 4 years is impressive.
All right. Second trivia question: Who was the only true freshman to win the Heisman Trophy?
True freshman?
Uh,
Uh,
that'd have been.
I mean, it's recent for sure. Johnny Manziel was a red shirt. Who else won it as a freshman? I
That's
can't remember.
the only one I would have thought about was Johnny Manziel, and I forgot he was redshirted.
There's somebody, dang it, but I can't remember who it is. I don't know. Oh my god.
Wide and to the left, Ryan Day. Wide and to the left.
I was watching that game, man. That was one of the better games I've ever seen. It was awesome. I don't know. I'm stumped.
I am too.
I know it was recent though. Had to have been. Because I know Tebow was the first sophomore to ever win it. And then I can't remember who won it after him. Cam Newton was a senior or junior. Robert Griffin, I want to say, was a junior or senior. Manziel was the first freshman, but I'm pretty sure it was a red shirt. And then you had
I
Baker
want to
Mayfield,
say it was
Kyler Murray.
Manziel. I wanted to say it was Manziel, but I didn't know he was a red shirt. I thought I didn't think he got redshirted.
No, I know for a fact he was a red shirt.
It was a trick question. There's never been
Okay.
A true freshman.
true freshman,
Because
but
I
there
remember
has been
when
two. But there has been two red shirt freshmen to win
Manziel's
the Heisman.
one.
Now, who are they? Yes,
Manziel's one, and then God, hold on, I'm trying to think. You got Mariota was like a junior. Was it Winston? I know Jameis Winston came in as a red shirt, and I remember his first game in. He didn't have an incompletion until like the end of the fourth quarter. It was like 28-28, 350 something yards. And I remember Florida State fans were just going, Florida State fans were going crazy, and it pissed me off.
This whole game.
Yes, it was Manziel and Crab Daddy Winston.
I thought, okay, yeah, because I remember Winston was good for a long time, man. Shout out to Jameis Winston getting the Browns a win yesterday and almost eating the W.
I saw that. Congratulations.
Did you hear his pregame speech to his teammates?
Hey,
yeah, he said something about we represent the names on the back and the side of our helmet. Oh, wait, we ain't got no.
Do it for the logo on your helmet. Oh, wait. We ain't got one of them, but you know what I mean.
He said, "Do it for the Browns."
The best thing I ever saw was he said, "We strong, you strong, or I'm strong, you strong, we all strong."
That dude's hilarious, bro. He's grown on me so much since he graduated from Florida State, or I don't even know if he graduated since he, I guess, left Florida State for the NFL. And I think
he's a two-way player.
He played baseball. I remember he came in a pitch against Florida one time, played a little right field too. Yeah, the dude's a baller. Ever since he's had the surgery to fix his eyesight, he's been solid. I think the Browns may have stole one there. I don't know what they got him for, but may have gotten a steal with Jameis Winston. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. Unless y'all got something else.
Trivia question.
Okay, trivia question. Let's do it.
What was the name of the strippers/hookers in the movie Forrest Gump?
You asked us this the other day, and I still can't remember now.
You still don't remember?
No,
Wait.
My memory's awful.
It's got to be something with the Odyssey. What is it? Dang.
All right.
No, wait, that's the other thing. Dang, I can't remember. It's not right. I was thinking of Oh Brother, How Art Thou?
Forrest Gump mentioned. All right, we won't look at that. What national crisis did Forrest Gump witness in the hotel room?
Oh, Watergate.
Penn State.
Do you realize how many times I've got to go in here and bleep that word out? Do y'all realize what y'all are putting me through right now?
Look, that's the craziest thing though. Like they had that coach, and then now they had the two freaking players. Like, what are they doing up there, man? Like,
not asking for consent.
Do they not know that the word "no" is "no" in Spanish and "no" in English? No.
And it's 9 in German.
I tried to follow Patrick Toney when he first came to Florida with Billy Napier. He literally just accepted my follow request, and now he's with the Arizona Cardinals. Why, Patrick Toney?
Gosh.
I wanted to get on that ass while you were at Florida. Now I can't. Anyway. All right, guys.
Oh no.
That's all I got.
Good luck.
Hopefully we have a semi-good week of
See you,
football this
boys.
week. Have a good one.
See y'all.